Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet, and today I'm doing day 1 of Inktober. Last year, I didn't participate at all, and I've only ever completed Inktober one time. Oh, if you don't know what Inktober is, it's time for a quick history of the Inktober challenge. In 2009, Jake Parker created Inktober as a challenge to improve his inking skills and develop better drawing habits. Now artists all over the world participate in this challenge. I'll be doing a drawing each day of the month for October. Some artists use a prompt list, but I'll just be doing my own thing this year. Feel free to draw along with me and do whatever you'd like. For day 1, I decided to doodle Blitz and Stolas because I wanted to keep it simple. However, I definitely overcomplicated this piece. But the point of this challenge is to improve. So I'm not really surprised I'm not in love with this day 1 drawing. Hopefully you all like it. Let me know, are you interested in trying Inktober this year? A few tips if you're interested in trying. Keep your drawings simple. Avoid overcomplicating or adding too many details in your drawing. You'll be doing a drawing every single day for a month, and you will get burnt out if you try to make every piece a masterpiece. Another way I'm avoiding burnout is by making all of my drawings just black and white. I might do a pop of color here and there later on, but almost everything will just be ink. The reason this is so helpful is because my coloring process takes a really long time. So leaving everything just shaded and black and white will make these go by a lot faster. Remember, treat this whole thing like a drawing exercise and not like a full drawing. It's all for practice. As long as you're drawing something every single day, you are completing the challenge. There will always be a few drawings that you don't really like, but there's bound to be some that are going to be awesome. I am just so excited to do this again this year. Well, that's about all. See you later, Stargazers. Hope you liked this drawing. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet. Let's get right into this. It's Inktober, day 2, and I'm already breaking my rules and adding way too much unnecessary detail. That's honestly just my style, creeping back in. I can't seem to help myself. The plan was to stay simple, focus on clean line work, and not obsess over little details. But the second I started inking, I was like, yeah, no, I'm going all in again. I really liked the general idea I was going for here, but it's definitely not my best work. And that's kind of just the fun of Inktober. You have to roll with it and accept what comes out on the page. One of the things I'm most excited about is being able to look back at all these drawings at the end of the month and really see if I've improved. Will doing a month of line work make a big difference in how smooth and clean my lines are? I'm very curious because I know consistency is usually where real progress shows up. Even if I don't see improvement day to day, I'm hoping that by October 31st, I'll notice a real shift in my confidence with my lines. Millie is one of my favorite characters to draw, so even though I nitpick my own art consistently, I actually like how this one turned out. I think she looks really cute, and she's got a really fun design that always feels rewarding to finish. Since I've drawn her so many times before, the sketching process was super quick, and I tried to keep the line work fairly simple, which helped this drawing not take too long. Honestly, I really should start timing myself on these just to see how long a piece takes from start to finish. I feel like I sometimes underestimate how much time I actually spend, and it would be interesting to compare different characters or approaches. And that's day 2, knocked out. Looking pretty nice overall, but no time to delay, it's time for day 3. So I'm just gonna start off by saying I love this drawing. Moxie's expression, the way my lines came out, the fact that I actually managed to keep it simple for once, it all came together really well. It came out pretty fantastic, and I definitely want to transfer this one and color it later. I've drawn him plenty of times too, and since I copied a screenshot straight from the show, it took even less time than day 2 and day 1. Let me know in the comments if I should time one of these. I think it could be really interesting. What I liked most about this drawing though, is that it felt fun instead of stressful. Sometimes drawing during challenges can feel like a chore, but this Moxie drawing, I just got into the flow. If only every piece this month could feel like this one, Inktober would be a complete breeze. And that wraps up day 2 and day 3 of my Inktober journey. Thanks for hanging out with me while I ramble about my art. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Full-length videos go up on Wednesdays and Fridays. Until next time, keep creating. See you later, stargazers. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet. Welcome back to my Inktober journey. We're already on days 4 through 8, halfway to the double digits. I've been having a blast experimenting with different character styles and details this week, so let's jump right into it. Starting out with day 4, Luna from Hell of a Boss. This one was all about capturing her attitude and sharp design while still keeping it in my style. I leaned into heavy line work and dramatic eyes to match her vibe. I've never drawn her in her human disguise before, so it was a fun challenge. It took a little longer, but I love how bold the results are. Now on to day 5. This one was a quick one, and it was suggested by one of my commenters. I wanted to draw him in a super cute, soft kind of way. It's very simple, but some of those sketches end up being the most fun. Sans came out really cute. I hope you like him, Serena. On to day 6, Papyrus. Well, of course, you can't draw Sans without Papyrus. So for day 6, I gave the great Papyrus his moment. His design is such a good balance of silly and heroic. I tried to show that in his expression. This one flowed really easily. Bold lines, confident pose, and a bit of that classic Undertale charm. Traveling to the Hazbin Hotel for day 7, we have Charlie Morningstar. But in this drawing, she's not her usual happy self. This version is angry, full of emotion and frustration. I really leaned into her sharp angles and bold lines to show that intensity. It was a nice change of pace from her bubbly personality, and it gave me a chance to explore a different side to her character, through expression and posing. On to the final day, day 8, Vaggie. Finally, day 8, Vaggie. She's always strong, protective, and intense. So I wanted her to have a confident, powerful presence. The thick, bold lines and strong contrast helps me bring that out. I really love drawing Vaggie. I love how she balances out Charlie's hyper energy. They're such a dynamic duo. This is definitely my favorite drawing from the week. In case any of you were curious about what kind of pens I use microns, and this size that I use most of the time is the size 12. And that wraps up Inktober days 4 through 8. It's been a fun mix of styles and characters. I'm really proud of how this batch turned out. If you've been following along, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my shorts for each drawing. Thanks for watching, Stargazers. I'll see you next time. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet. Welcome back to my Inktober 2025 journey. We're officially halfway through, and this stretch has everything. Hell of a boss, spooky Pokemon, and even a horror icon. Let's jump right into it. Day 11 was all about Fizzaroli from Hell of a Boss, and this one was just fun. I leaned into those sharp shapes and exaggerated gestures that make his design so alive. Just a quick reminder, if you have a request, leave it in the comments below. Young Fizz is so sweet and innocent. I hope we see more flashbacks of him later on. I think I'm getting more confident with my line work. It just feels smoother now and easier. Well, as they say, practice makes perfect. The Jester outfit gave me a great excuse to play with contrast, big black shadows against clean white spaces to make this expression pop. I wanted that same chaotic energy he has in the show to come through in these lines. This piece came together smoother than I expected, and honestly, it might be one of my favorites from this week. It came out just as I imagined it would. Moving right along to day 12, Bee and Luna. These two are total opposites, which makes them really fun to draw together. Bee is all bright, bubbly with confidence, while Luna is sharp and moody, and a little awkward. I think my composition pretty successfully reflects their contrast. I used a lot of heavy black lines and strong angles for Luna, softer edges and open space for Bee. I wanted the drawing to feel like the personalities are bouncing off each other, chaotic and chill at the same time. I did use a screenshot directly from the show to draw this one, so I wanted it to be pretty accurate. This one took a little longer, but seeing the balance between them on paper was totally worth it. I hope I did them justice. I'm absolutely in love with how I did Luna's expression. She's so cute and so embarrassed. This Inktober, I've been trying to work on my calligraphy. I've never been very good at it in general, and I figured it was something I could work on while I was doing this challenge. Hopefully at this point, there's been some improvement. However, I can't really tell or not. Maybe y'all can just let me know in the comments. Filling in these solid black areas takes a really long time, but it's definitely worth it. Gotta add those final details. Inktober Day 12 all done. Day 13 brought us Baxter, one of the new characters from Hazbin Hotel Season 2. His design is full of weird little details. The glasses, the lab coat, the fish-like features, everything about him screams eccentric scientist. I wanted to capture that energy in the ink, mixing precise line work with a messy, sketchy kind of feel, like he's someone always on the edge of a breakthrough or a breakdown. Translating him into traditional art was surprisingly fun, and a cool change of pace after two very expressive Hell of a Boss pieces. I added in a little beaker so it could show him doing an experiment. And after a few extra finishing touches, Day 13 is all done. Day 14 got a little weird, in the best way possible. I did Bidoof, dressed up as Darkrai. It's spooky, it's adorable, it's everything Inktober should be. I went heavy on the shadows to build up that creepy vibe Darkrai's known for, but I still had Bidoof's face peeking through. It's more wholesome than eerie, but I kind of love it. It's one of those ideas that make me laugh and give me a good excuse to experiment with dramatic lighting. I strategically placed some highlights so I wouldn't lose any detail when I blocked out his jacket. And although it's probably impossible to tell without color, There's supposed to be Pokemon berries in his jack-o'-lantern basket. For any stargazers out there wondering how I clean up my artwork, I use these little rubber erasers. I prefer to use these over a traditional eraser because they don't pull up my line art. All done with day 14. And now finally, day 15, Jason Voorhees. I didn't just want to copy the usual red and black version, so I went for something different, a black and purple palette. It gives off this eerie, retro glow, almost like an old 80s VHS horror game. The purple shading makes the mask pop without using any other color, and the dripping letters at the bottom pull it all together. It's got a creepy vibe, but it's still very stylized. Horror with a twist of nostalgia. This drawing was a cool way to close off this week. A simple design, strong atmosphere, and definitely one of the most unique tones I've done for Inktober. I gave him a black shadow coming from behind him to really pop him off the page and give more dimension. I also made sure to leave plenty of white spots in the lettering to make it look wet and drippy. And that wraps up Inktober days 11 through 15. We're halfway there and I'm still going strong with the traditional art grind. Let me know which drawing was your favorite this week, and if you're enjoying the series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, Stargazers, and as always, keep creating. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet. And today we're moving on to Inktober day 16 and 17. Alright, so day 16 is Cherry Bomb from Hazbin Hotel. And yeah, this one was a total blast to draw. Cherry's got that wild, rebellious energy that's just fun to bring to life on paper. She's fierce, chaotic, and somehow still stylish while carrying live explosives. For this piece, I wanted to lean into her punk side without going too overboard with the blacks. Since I'm working in traditional ink, I focus on bold, confident lines and really clean contrast instead of color. Her big hair, sharp grin, and that signature bomb, those are what makes her instantly recognizable. I also really liked the idea of capturing her mid-laugh or mid-song, like she's about to throw a bomb, just for the fun of it. The expression came out just right. Confident, dangerous, but a little playful. That balance is what makes Cherry such a cool character to draw. And since this was all done traditionally, I had to be super careful with the solid black fills, especially around the bomb area, so the details don't blend together. There's no Control Z in ink, so every stroke felt like diffusing an actual bomb. This one ended up being one of my favorite Hazbin Hotel drawings from Inktober. She's chaotic, confident, and she's practically exploding off the page, even in black and white. Let me know, would you hang out with Cherry Bomb for a night? Or do you value your eyebrows too much? Day 16 down, one more to go. Next up is day 17, one of my favorite characters, Serpentious. Okay, as soon as I saw him show up in the trailer, I knew I was gonna have to draw this. This is from a specific moment in the trailer. He's a parade balloon, I believe. Heaven seems to be celebrating Pinchas with this giant parade. The balloon's design is so cute and silly, I knew I had to draw it as soon as I saw him. I decided to lean into that softer, more playful side of him. My version keeps his big hat and dramatic energy because let's be real, Sir Pinchas without flair just isn't Sir Pinchas. His eyes and expression feel friendlier, almost like he's actually enjoying his redemption instead of plotting something evil for once. The clean black lines and hearts were a fun way to echo that new beginnings vibe, while keeping that bold Hazbin style. He's still got personality, just less explosions this time. I honestly wonder what Cherry would think of him now. What do you think? Do you like Angel Pinchas, or should he just go right back to his mad scientist roots? And that does it for my Inktober, days 16 and 17. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet, and today we're doing Inktober, days 18 through 22. Let's jump right into it before the ink dries up. Starting off with the one, the only, Angel Dust, now rocking his brand new Season 2 look. I always have a ton of fun drawing Angel. I love his exaggerated poses and dramatic flair. Angel's basically the embodiment of I woke up fabulous, and I think the new outfit totally matches his personality. Loud, bold, and unapologetically over the top. If you like what you've seen so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. Not too much has changed about his outfit, but now he's rocking a more baggy, relaxed fitting shirt. This one took a bit longer than originally planned, but honestly, he deserves the extra sparkle. If anyone can make black ink look glamorous, it's Angel Dust. The best performing video on my entire channel is a drawing of Angel Dust. I did it all the way back when Season 1 was just premiering. And here it is, Inktober, day 18. I think it turned out pretty great. Moving right along to day 19, Velvet. I was going to draw all the V's together for this Inktober, but I decided to draw them each individually first. However, one of them might have accidentally been left off my list. But I definitely couldn't leave out Velvet. I really tried to capture that I'm better than you and I know it attitude that she had. And I'm really loving the new outfit. I'm sure we're gonna see tons more outfits and hairstyles from her in the new coming season. Since she's an influencer, she's always having to change up her style. Considering I've only drawn her one other time, I was surprised how easy this drawing was. And that's all for day 19, moving right along to day 20. Day 20 is Lute, and she's angry. She's out for revenge against Charlie after what happened at the end of Season 1. She's clearly not over what happened to Adam, and I leaned into that cold, vengeful look. You can see that she's replaced her arm after her big fight with Vaggie. She's clearly plotting her next move, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be on her bad side. I honestly feel kinda bad for Lute. It's pretty clear that she loved Adam. Who knows what she'll do now that she doesn't have him. That's all for day 20. Moving right along to day 21. Of course it's Adam. It would be rude to talk about the man and not draw him right after Lute, wouldn't it? Drawing Adam is really fun. He has really bold, thick lines, which is perfect for my style. And his mask is able to do lots of fun expressions, so I had a lot of references to choose from. I even really like the lettering I did for him.
Adam's drawing is really simple, but I kept everything pretty bold and clean, keeping his signature snarky grin and creating a really bold outline sells his overconfident personality. I stuck with some simple hatching for his face so we didn't lose any of his details. Day 21 down, one more to go. For day 22, I decided to do Husk. I used the Jack of Diamonds playing card as a reference. The black and white contrast with those sweeping lines gives us a classy old school kind of feel. If you don't know much about Husk, he's a full-time bartender and a part-time therapist, and one of my favorite characters. So I really wanted to make sure that I did him justice, focusing on clean, bold lines and high contrast, choosing to black out his gray fur rather than just crosshatch. I did have to remember to leave certain highlights so we don't lose any detail. I'm not sure if Husk would care, but I'm pretty proud of this one. Even the calligraphy is one of my better attempts. I'm really looking forward to what we see of him in the next season. Who knows what shenanigans him and Angel will be getting up to. We will for sure be seeing way more of him, I can tell. And that's it for day 22. Thanks for sticking around till the end. See you later, stargazers. Keep creating. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet. And today we're doing Inktober days 23 and 24, starting out with Emily. Emily is adorable, and honestly just pure wholesomeness. She's so cute and so sweet. She's like the angel version of Charlie. I think they'll end up being the best of friends. I used my trusty Micron pen to keep these lines nice and bold and clean. I wanted to keep my line work extra clean so I could color this later. And here it is, day 23, all complete. Moving on to day 24. It's Fat Nuggets. Keeping along with the cute theme, I decided I'd do Angel Dust's little pet, the demon pig himself, Fat Nuggets. And also keeping up with the Halloween theme, I decided I would stick him inside a pumpkin. This one came out exactly as I envisioned it. Really cute and simple, and probably something I'll color later on. This has been my Inktober, days 23 and 24. See you later, Stargazer. I'll see you next time. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet, and it's time for Inktober, days 25 through 29, starting out with Alistair. In honor of the new season coming out, I finished up Inktober with characters all from Hazbin Hotel that I haven't drawn yet. I had saved Alistair for one of the last days because he's one of my favorite characters. I love his expressions and his voice. He's really fun to watch and to draw. The trailer for the new season showed Alistair and Vox fighting it out, and I'm really looking forward to that. Who do you think's gonna win the war, Alistair or Vox? Let me know. And that's all for my Inktober day 25. Moving right along to day 26, Rosie. After drawing Alistair, it really only makes sense to draw Rosie. They seem to be the best of friends, or maybe it's something more. Hopefully we learn a lot more about her in the upcoming season. Just a little reminder, the star from this drawing has not seen Hazbin Hotel Season 2 yet. It's literally coming out the day this video is being uploaded. So I have no clue what's happened in the first couple episodes. Please don't spoil anything for me or people in the comments. And just while I have your attention, have you subscribed yet? Did you forget? No worries, I'll give you a moment. Now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about Rosie a little bit more. Rosie is so pretty and so fun to draw. I love her contrast and her facial expressions. She's an overlord and you can tell she has power. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Rosie next season. And that's all for day 26. Moving on to day 27, it's Abel. A brand new character for season 2, we have Adam's son, Abel. From what we've seen of him so far, he looks a lot like his dad, but I don't think he acts much like him. His face has a sort of innocence to it that Adam just didn't have. I am really looking forward to meeting him in the new season. It would be really cool for him to act nothing like Adam, giving the two a much needed contrast and conflict. And that's all for day 27. Moving right along to day 28, it's Lucifer. Yes, it's time for the big boss of hell himself, Lucifer Morningstar. He's smug and overconfident, but maybe he has a reason to be. He's clearly crazy strong, and deeply cares for his daughter, which could be a really big problem for Heaven. I kept his portrait pretty simple. I have a lot of characters to draw for this end of Inktober. I definitely didn't want to burn myself out right at the end like that. So here's my super simple drawing of Lucifer. Moving on to day 29. It's time for Vox. I'm really excited that we're going to get to see more of the V's in this new coming season. I actually love Vox. He's hilarious. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. I'm excited to hear all his new songs and what he's going to do at the hotel. The trailer for the new season implies that Vox might be competing against the hotel, or perhaps he's working with them in a sneaky, underhanded way. I just can't wait to find out what's going on. The upcoming season is going to be full of fighting and songs and all about the V's. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to keep this drawing pretty clean so I can color it later. Vox has a really striking color scheme, and I really like to color it. With Vox being front and center in all of the promotional material, I figured he'd be the perfect one to end my day 29 with. And there you have it, Inktober days 25 through 29. Thanks for sticking around, Stargazer. I'll see you next time. Hey, I'm Star, and I draw stuff on the internet, and it's time for the Inktober finale. I wanted to go out with a bang with these last two drawings being a little more complex than the rest of my Inktober. Starting out with Vox and Alistair, I wanted to make sure you could really feel the rivalry between the both of them. I've drawn something similar to this a few times in the past, and it always turns out really good. Alistair is one of my all-time favorite characters. I really love his voice and demeanor. I was really excited to be able to draw his antlers for once, because usually they're not this prominent. At this point, Season 2 has released 2 new episodes, but I will avoid talking about them during these videos. I really don't want to spoil it for anybody. The only thing I'll say about Season 2 is that it's already starting off on a really great note. I really wanted Alistair to look extremely sinister in this drawing, so I made sure to keep his stitches and his really wide grin. This, along with his big open eyes, really sells the creep factor. Moving on to the Vox half of this drawing, I made sure to keep his general silhouette really bold, along with his details on his eye. I wanted it to look like Vox was being cut off mid-sentence, probably by Alistair. Vox has an extreme amount of hate for Alistair, and I wanted to make sure that showed through in my drawing. What do you think Vox is screaming at Alistair? Let me know in the comments. I think this drawing is Hazbin Hotel approved. I really like how it came out. Please let me know what you think. Now on to the final drawing of this Inktober, Charlie and Vaggie. I wanted to end this Inktober on a really happy note. I'm really proud of myself for actually finishing it this year. Not only have I completed Inktober this year, but I made over 40 videos about it.
This is a huge accomplishment for myself. I don't usually do long form videos, but there's a total of 10 for this Inktober. I want to thank all of you who stuck with me and watched every single one of my Inktober videos. It really means a lot. This completes my Inktober 2025. Thanks for watching, Stargazers. Keep creating.